Okay, people. So, Area Boy is the new short film from Iggy London, and I believe it's the first that he has written as well. Okay, so it is produced by Lauren Plagnell and Georgia Rose. It is executive produced by Alice Ogha and Eva Yates. Music is handled by Rob Lewis. Cinematography is from Kristen Huck. Mark Keedy edits the piece with Heather Baston on casting duties. Production design, we have Piax Robinson. Rima Casa is handling art direction. Costume design is from Verity May Lane. Hair and makeup, we got Lily Simmons and Amarita Mudan. Right, so our cast, Eli is played by Joshua Cameron. Marlene, I think that's his mother, is played by Julad Obasola. We got Kevin, played by Malcolm Camulet. The girl in the bar is played by Mahawati Michael. Kevin's friends are played by Kula Banjo and Javif ER. The pastor is played by Mensa Bediku. Okay, so the gist of the story is it is this. All right, so an aimless teenager, Eli has moved to the outer edges of a provincial town with his mother. As he settles in, he tries to escape the bleakness of life and navigating questions of self-identity by balancing his time between his delinquent friends and the church community. Torn between two worlds, Eli must find himself and embrace who he truly is. So yeah, that's the gist. Now, right, so we open up and he's traveling. So, you can see they're moving to their new house. And, they get a note, Friday, being they're welcome to the church. He's got a St. Christopher around his neck. So you can see, it seems that Eli is religious, right? He's trying to fit in, right? So at the beginning, we see him try and fit in with a group of guys, and it's not great, right? But I think it's shown differently from similar situations that we might come across in things, and I thought that was the interesting take on this film. It's not perfect, there's things where the whole Eli trying to find his identity, I don't think that's necessarily clear until one point towards the end. You can see him trying to fit in with people who clearly are doing things that the church isn't going to be down with, right? But I think that's just anyone, right? If you're feeling lonely, you don't have friends, you try and fit in, right? So, you want people to think you're cool, so you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I could do this, but that's not necessarily the whole identity thing, So I didn't think that was necessarily clear, but I thought the way the situation is handled, right? The conversations we see, the acting, that's all great. That's really good. Right. So and not every part of the script is strong, but there's these really good moments. Like just the rap bit at the start was hilarious, right? And you believe they're a group of friends, right? And they're a group of friends, and that's what you know what I mean? If someone says they can do a thing, and then you just be like, yo, what was that? You know what I mean? You're gonna take the piss, you're gonna act, you know what I mean, like that, right? When we see them in the bar again, you know, you're pushing your friend to try and do something, right? That was great. But just that scene, right? Just the emotions. There's not a whole lot of dialogue there, but you could see in Eli's face, there's a fear there. There's an uncertainty, you know? Like the girl, again, like there's not a mocking, right? There's a kindness, right? Like, okay, let's, you know? And I thought that was such this nice moment, right? This poignant moment of the film. You know, just this church scenes again, you know, they really imbued that kind of environment. But it's the conversation that Eli has with Kevin that is really, I think that was great, right? And it says a lot, and that's the real message of things. You know, you can try and hide who you are, but it will come out, right? And the only way you can be happy is if you embrace that thing. So I thought, you know, this film, its strengths were in these really poignant moments. You know, it really shone. And just the communication between the characters, the acting, I thought it really stood out. You know, it really did. So Area Boy is part of the what's it called? The What Makes Us short film block. And you know, Area Boy, I'm not sure about the other films in the block, but Area Boy is free on the the BFI player from today to the 15th of October. So for the full festival, you will be able to watch Area Boy. It's 19 minutes, you know? And as I said, look, I think there's some really impactful moments. Like this is something that you think they could play in schools, right? They could play in schools, they can play in, you know, community groups, and it's a good talking point for people who may be struggling with identity and you know, discovering who they are. I think this would work very well. So yeah, if you like those kind of intimate little films, I feel this is very well worth the watch. So the link will be on the website. So people, yeah, check it out. Area Boy.